Hey, welcome back to GBGuns. As I'm sure you've guessed, I'm fresh back from the range with the Smith & Wesson Performance Center Pro Series 9mm 1911. I'm going to get this thing cleaned up and let you see how it did. This is not an inexpensive gun. It's coming with some of the highest endorsement of the Smith & Wesson company. How will it perform? 9mm 1911s are known to be a little finicky, especially magazines and feeding. Let's take a look. Out with the Pro Series Smith & Wesson 1911. This is a compact in 9mm, and of course we're going to start off with our full mag +1. So drop that in there, safety on, drop the mag out. There's our +1, and a full mag of 8, giving us 9 rounds of capacity using Freedom Munitions 115 grain ball ammo. Got a piece of steel about 17 yards out there just so I have something to aim at. See how it runs. Alright, for the what's for dinner section, we've got a variety of 9mm. We'll be doing 3 rounds of each. I'm going to run down the aisle so you can see the size and weight and a little bit of that bullet profile. We're going to run 3 rounds of each. What we're looking for is how things fit, feed, cycle. Does it generate enough energy to cycle reliably? And run the gun. We do 3 rounds of each. 1, because this gets expensive, and 2, because that's the first round to see if it picks up off of an empty chamber. Then cycle to pick up the second round, and the third round is a bonus because really this can be done with just 2 rounds. We're also looking to see if it'll lock the slide back. Let's see how it does. Start off what's for dinner. Our heaviest to lightest. Start with 165 grain Hush from Freedom Munitions. 3 rounds. Next up from Remington, 147 grade HTP. This is also a subsonic load. Battery dipped from that time. Next up from Hornady is their 125 grain HAP in the steel match. This will be interesting in 2 ways. One, it's a hollow point, see how it feeds. It's also a short stubby round, and most importantly, it's steel cased. Steel doesn't expand as well as brass does in the chamber, so we'll see how that cycles. Flawless. Now, Federal HST 124 grain, also a hollow point, nickel plated. Next up, Blazer Brass 124 grain, just a standard ball ammo load. Shouldn't be any issues. And there weren't. Now, 115 grain Hornady American Gunner. This, I believe, yes, is their XTP load. So standard weight, hollow point. And now for something completely different. Monty Python reference there. Gecko's Super Matrix. This is a lead-free projectile at 94 grains. So different primer as well. There's no heavy metal in the primer. Combustion is going to be different. Different bullet weight, different bullet shape. It's snub-nosed. Is it going to run? Hand too high on the grip, wasn't depressing the grip safety. Large hands, little gun, it happens. Now, Winchester Super Clean. This is a 90 grain zinc core, so no lead in the projectile. Also snub-nosed. Fed just fine. No troubles. Next up from MagTech First Defense, their 92.6 grain solid copper hollow point, 92.6. Very specific measurement on this. Again with the high grip. Whew, that's a fiery round. And now the Liberty Civil Trainer 65 grain. This is the lightest we've got. It's boasting 1,710 feet per second, probably out of a 4. We've only got 3 here. Still fast. I'd say we can call the Pro Series 1911 an omnivore. Now for 5 shots from 7 yards using Nosler 115 grain match. So, what did you think of this little guy? A 9mm 1911 that runs, and runs well. Ran a wide variety of rounds through it, hollow point steel, aluminum case. We did our full mag +1, and the field accuracy test was spectacular, I thought anyways, for such a short sight radius. And, you know, given the 2.5 finger grip that my large hands produced on this. On that note with the large hands, the gun is thick enough and heavy enough that it feels good in a large hand. I did notice, however, though, if I had my grip too high or if I wanted to ride my thumb on the safety, very classic 1911 shooting grip, that sometimes I wasn't pushing hard enough on the grip safety for it to activate. So, as I point out with another gun where I had this problem, if this was a holstered gun, that wouldn't be an issue because I'd be jamming my hand on it during the draw and pulling out, ensuring that that was depressed. But overall, I'm impressed. I think the Smith & Wesson Performance Center should be proud of this Pro Series 1911. I'd like to hear your thoughts on it, both the 1911 guys as to what they think and the non-1911 guys. If you are still watching, tell us why not. Thanks for watching.